What if I told you that the 60 seconds before you walk out the door could be causing your dog weeks of hidden anxiety? Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on more animals, travel, and lifestyle content like this. Let's get started. A groundbreaking study from the University of Bristol revealed that 8 out of 10 dog owners unknowingly make critical mistakes when leaving their pets alone. Mistakes that veterinary behaviorists say can trigger long-term separation issues most people never even notice. Even more alarming, the common solutions many loving owners use to comfort their dogs are actually making the problem significantly worse. In this video, I'll reveal the 12 most damaging mistakes dog owners make when leaving their pets alone, including 3 that veterinarians say could be permanently affecting your dog's mental well-being. By the end, you'll know exactly how to transform your departure routine to eliminate your dog's anxiety and strengthen your bond. This isn't just about convenience, it's about your dog's emotional health. Hit subscribe now so you never miss our science-backed training methods that can dramatically improve your dog's quality of life. Mistake number 12, the morning rush. You know the drill. Your alarm blares, you hit snooze like twice, and then you're frantically racing through your morning routine. Coffee, clothes, keys, door, bye doggy, you call over your shoulder as you rush out. What you don't see is how this chaotic energy affects your dog for hours afterward. Canine behavior specialists have found that the stress hormones released in your dog during a rushed morning departure can actually remain elevated for up to 6 hours, which means your dog spends, honestly, half their day in a state of heightened anxiety. Instead, try this. Set your alarm 20 minutes earlier. Yeah, I know, but it's totally worth it. And dedicate that time to a proper morning walk. This isn't just about bathroom breaks. It's about giving your dog crucial physical exercise and mental stimulation before that long period of isolation. Research shows that dogs who get 15 to 20 minutes of active exercise before being left alone actually show 60% less destructive behavior and anxiety symptoms during separation. The bonus? A properly exercised dog is way more likely to spend a big chunk of their alone time sleeping, which means less time actively missing you. Mistake number 11, the dramatic goodbye. Bye, sweetie. Mommy loves you. I'll be back soon. Be a good boy. Don't be sad. Sound familiar? While these emotional goodbyes might make you feel better about leaving, they're actually sending your dog some pretty powerful signals that, something concerning is happening. Dogs are absolute masters at reading human emotions. They can pick up on subtle changes in your tone, your body language, and even your scent when you're anxious about leaving them. When you make departures into emotional events, you're basically telling your dog, this is a big deal, something bad is happening. Animal behaviorists recommend practicing what they call emotional neutrality during departures. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean being cold to your dog. It simply means keeping a calm, matter-of-fact demeanor that shows your dog this situation is totally routine and safe. So try this instead, about 10 to 15 minutes before leaving. Gradually reduce your interaction with your dog. When it's time to go, offer a simple, calm, I'll be back in a neutral tone, then leave without any fanfare. This consistent, low-key departure ritual helps your dog understand that your leaving is temporary and really not a cause for concern. Mistake number 10, the explosive return. After a long day apart, nothing feels better than the enthusiastic greeting from your beloved pet. Their whole body wiggles with joy. They might jump, bark, or spin in circles, and it's absolutely heartwarming. But here's what veterinary behaviorists want you to know. Reinforcing this over-aroused greeting actually increases your dog's anxiety during separation. When you respond to frantic greetings with equally excited affection, you create a starker emotional contrast between your presence, extremely exciting, and your absence, which becomes extremely disappointing. This emotional roller coaster makes it harder for your dog to remain calm when alone. The better approach is to enter calmly, ignore your dog for the first 2 to 3 minutes, yeah, I know it's hard, and only engage once they've settled down. This doesn't mean you can't be affectionate. Just save it for when your dog is in a calmer state. Dogs who experience calmer departures and arrivals show significantly lower stress markers in their saliva and display fewer anxiety-related behaviors during separation. Mistake number 9. Punishing anxiety behaviors. You come home to find your favorite shoes chewed, a puddle on the floor, or cushions destroyed. Your immediate reaction might be frustration or anger. But here's what's really happening. These aren't acts of spite or poor training. They're distress signals from a dog experiencing genuine emotional turmoil. Separation anxiety manifests in various ways: inappropriate elimination, destructive chewing, excessive vocalization, or even self-harming behaviors like obsessive licking. These aren't behavioral problems. They're symptoms of an emotional state your dog can't control. Punishing these behaviors not only fails to address the underlying anxiety, but actually creates a dangerous association. Your dog learns to fear your return, not just your departure. Instead of punishment, focus on prevention and positive reinforcement. For longer absences, arrange for a dog walker or friend to visit. Provide appropriate chew toys filled with high-value treats. Consider anxiety wraps or calming supplements recommended by your vet. For severe cases, consult with a veterinary behaviorist about appropriate medication options. Remember, your dog isn't giving you a hard time, they're having a hard time. Mistake number 8. The too clean house. While a tidy house might feel good for you, an empty, sterile environment is mentally unstimulating for your dog. Dogs need environmental enrichment to stay mentally engaged during alone time. When you put away all their toys before leaving, you're essentially creating a sensory deprivation environment that can lead to boredom, frustration, and eventually destructive behaviors. Try this instead. Create an enrichment scattering before you leave. Distribute toys strategically throughout your home in different rooms. Include variety food puzzle toys that require problem solving, scent-based enrichment like toys with different smells, texture-varied chew toys, some soft, some hard, and novel items that are rotated regularly to maintain interest. For maximum engagement, use toys that serve different functions, some for chewing, some for puzzles, and some for comfort. Research shows that dogs with proper environmental enrichment show fewer signs of stress and spend more time engaged in positive behaviors when alone. Mistake number 7 is not providing a safe space. When left alone, dogs instinctively seek secure, den-like environments where they can feel protected. Without a designated safe space, your dog may feel exposed and vulnerable during your absence. This primal need actually dates back to their wolf ancestors, who used dens for safety and security. Domestic dogs still retain this instinct, which is why many naturally seek out enclosed spaces during stressful situations. So, create a dedicated comfort zone for your dog. Place it in a quiet area away from windows and doors. Include familiar-smelling items like a blanket with your scent. Make sure it's the right size, cozy but not cramped. And, make it a positive space by providing special treats there. Whether it's a properly introduced crate, a covered bed, or just a corner with their favorite blanket, having a designated retreat can really reduce separation anxiety by providing a sense of security and predictability. Mistake number 6 is forgetting natural light. It might seem like a small thing, but leaving your curtains closed all day can significantly impact your dog's well-being while alone. Dogs, just like humans, have circadian rhythms regulated by natural light exposure. When they're left in artificially darkened environments for extended periods, they can experience disrupted sleep patterns, lowered mood, and increased lethargy. Beyond the physiological benefits, windows provide crucial environmental enrichment. A study from the University of Helsinki found that dogs with access to window views showed about 27% more positive behaviors and less stress-related pacing when left alone, compared to dogs without visual access to the outside world. Before leaving, make sure that curtains or blinds are open in at least one room. Your dog has access to a window at sitting or standing height, and the view includes some activity like a street or a yard with wildlife. Also, double-check that direct sunlight won't overheat your dog during the day. This simple adjustment provides both physiological benefits through natural light exposure and mental stimulation through visual enrichment. Mistake number 5. unpredictable background noise. Leaving the TV or radio on might seem helpful, but without careful selection, it can actually create unpredictable stress triggers for your dog. Dogs have significantly more sensitive hearing than humans and can be startled by sudden sound changes, like loud commercials, sirens in TV shows, or aggressive barking from dogs on television, which can trigger anxiety responses when you're not there to provide reassurance. Research from the Scottish SPCA and University of Glasgow found that certain music types specifically benefit dogs during alone time. Classical music with approximately 50 to 60 beats per minute showed the most positive effects, while heavy metal music actually increased stress behaviors. If you want to provide audio companionship, use specially designed dog music, which is available on streaming services. Or, you could create a playlist of reggae or soft classical music, since research shows these are the most calming. Consider audiobooks with calm narrators at a low volume, and use white noise machines to mask potentially triggering outside sounds. With thoughtful audio selection, you can create a consistently calming soundscape that helps your dog relax, rather than adding unpredictable stress. Mistake number 4. No gradual training. One of the most critical mistakes is expecting your dog to handle long periods alone without proper preparation. This sink or swim approach often leads to severe anxiety that becomes increasingly difficult to resolve. Separation tolerance is a learned skill that requires systematic desensitization, gradually increasing alone time in a way that builds confidence rather than fear. Veterinary behaviorists recommend this training progression. Start with brief departures of just 5 to 10 seconds, returning before your dog shows any distress. Gradually extend duration as your dog remains calm. 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes. Practice departures daily, keeping them brief enough to prevent anxiety. Use a consistent departure cue like "I'll be back" that becomes associated with your return. Vary the duration unpredictably, sometimes returning quickly, sometimes after longer periods. This methodical approach helps your dog build confidence and learn that alone time is temporary and safe. For many dogs, it takes 2 to 3 weeks of consistent practice to develop healthy separation tolerance. Mistake number 3. Unpredictable return times. Dogs thrive on predictability, and one of the most anxiety-inducing aspects of being left alone is not knowing when or if you'll return. Research in canine cognition suggests that dogs do have a sense of time passing, though it differs from human time perception. When return times are highly variable, dogs remain in a state of anticipatory anxiety, constantly listening and watching for signs of your return. When possible, establish a consistent schedule. Try to leave and return at approximately the same times each day. If your schedule must vary, create shorter, predictable windows, like returning between 5 and 6 p.m., for example. Use a consistent return routine that your dog can anticipate. For dogs with established separation anxiety, predictable absences have been shown to reduce cortisol levels, which are stress hormones, by up to 40% compared to random-length absences. Mistake number 2. Free feeding during absence. Leaving a full bowl of food available all day seems caring, but it actually undermines both physical health and psychological well-being. Dogs are natural foragers who are mentally stimulated by working for their food. Free feeding eliminates this important mental exercise and can lead to weight management issues from overeating or irregular consumption, increased boredom due to quick consumption rather than extended engagement, and missed opportunities for positive association with alone time. Instead of free feeding, create food-based enrichment that extends mental stimulation. Use puzzle feeders that require problem-solving to access food. Hide small amounts of food around your home for search missions. Freeze wet food or dog-safe broth in toys for longer-lasting engagement. Use automatic feeders with timers for consistent meal scheduling. Studies show that dogs who work for their food show increased problem-solving abilities and decreased anxiety-related behaviors compared to dogs who receive food in a standard bowl. Mistake number 1. The cry it out approach. So, perhaps the most harmful myth is that you should ignore your dog's distress and just let them cry it out until they eventually give up and accept being alone. This approach, honestly, fundamentally misunderstands how emotional learning works in dogs. Rather than learning independence, dogs experiencing prolonged distress actually enter a state of learned helplessness. They stop showing outward signs of anxiety not because they're comfortable, but because they've learned their distress signals won't receive any response. Research in canine neuroscience shows that prolonged stress during isolation can lead to lasting changes in brain chemistry, making future anxiety more likely, not less. The compassionate approach is gradual desensitization. Return before your dog reaches distress during training. If you must return to a distressed dog, calmly provide reassurance. Focus on building positive associations with alone time, and consult professionals for dogs with severe separation anxiety. Remember, comfort and security build confidence. Fear and abandonment build insecurity. The journey to helping your dog feel comfortable when alone requires patience, consistency, and understanding. By avoiding these 12 common mistakes, you'll be well on your way to creating a healthy relationship with separation. For even more insights on building a strong emotional bond with your dog beyond physical affection, don't miss our next video. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you never miss our science-backed training methods that strengthen your bond and improve your dog's emotional well-being.